well to bed, so I'm ready for some couch time and some adult conversations. If you're new here, welcome to Necessarily Tiffany. If you're returning to watch yet another video, welcome back, Necessarily Family. Again, my name is Tiffany. This is my YouTube page. I'm so excited to have you guys here while we just talk about some real life issues. Sometimes not even issues, but just real life things that I deal with and I'm just kind of sharing with the world. So today I am celebrating Mother's Day. It's a little bit early, but I wanted to bring us another special person to the couch. I guess I wouldn't be Tiffany without her. So I want you guys to meet my mom, Lois. So Mom, come on over. Welcome to the couch.
Hello.
Guys, this is my mom, Lois.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm
so
fine.
let's show them our comfy socks together. All right. And let's show them we both have wine. Cheers. She's so fancy. Oh, look at her. She thinks she's so grown drinking wine. She thinks she's so grown. All right, Mom. So we're here today. Get comfortable. Sit back. Sit back.
Okay.
Don't get too comfortable. I know you're old and wine puts old people to sleep. Puts me to sleep too, girl. All right, Mom. So let's talk about motherhood.
Motherhood.
So tell the people, they don't know everything about you. I've written about you a little bit on the blog, and I don't think I've talked about you on my channel for real.
Well, I'm 60 years young. Looking good. What can I say? I have 5 children. Ages from 38 to dirty 30 over here.
More flirty than dirty.
She got that from me. But I'm a grandma. I got 8 beautiful grandchildren from 16 to 1. And to me, that's one other thing. I belong to a wonderful church, and I am one of the teachers for the children. That's special.
Is that all you got? Giving honor to God.
Yes.
Pastor, everyone in the pulpit.
That's right.
I'd like to thank God for being the head of my life. Mom, come on. Okay. So, but no, shout out to TLW. So let's talk about motherhood. You're here to talk about motherhood.
Motherhood.
Let's see. What was childbirth like with all of us?
Y'all think
With 5 kids, I'm sure I probably fell out. You know what I'm saying? She probably sneezed like, my 5th baby's here.
But unlike a lot of people, I loved being pregnant. I think that was the most enjoyable thing there ever was. It's just carrying that baby. I used to talk to them on my stomach and laugh with them and tell them all about myself and their siblings or a grandparent. I had 5 natural births. Not a tear, rip, nothing, just 5 natural births.
So your vagina was fully intact, pushing out. The fact that I'm even talking about your vagina is gross, but...
In fact, you came on my vagina sometimes. That's why I don't kiss her that often. Just
girl, I'm the best thing that happened to your vagina.
Believe it or not, she actually believes that. But,
where's the lie?
She's the last one. All of them were fairly easy, really. I think the first one is, I think the one that you like, I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby. I went to the doctor. I got hit in the stomach with a ball, and I went to the doctor. And the doctor was like, could you be possibly pregnant? Of course, I go, no way. They did a pregnancy test, and I'm sitting there. He come back, he say, you know you're pregnant, right? I couldn't believe it. But for some strange reason, I was in love. I was in so awe. It's like, I'm in love. I'm having a baby. And I think motherhood it doesn't start when you see that child. A lot of people say, I fell in love when I seen my child. No. It has to start when you're carrying that child and you feel that child move for the first time, or Oh my God, the ultrasounds. Oh my God. I thought it looked like a rug. I really thought, Jonathan, you looked like a little shag rug, and I couldn't believe you was a baby. But then you see him move in a heartbeat. And a lot of women, I tell, motherhood does not start when that baby's born. Mm-mm. Motherhood starts from the time you find out you're pregnant.
Yeah.
It's special. Even though all pregnancies are not how you some people be sick, bed rest, find out they're having 6, which I think I wouldn't have been here today. But it all starts at the beginning. Yeah. It starts from day one.
They talk a lot about because there's a whole big debate, about should pregnant women be told Happy Mother's Day? And I know someone told me I would tell you Happy Mother's Day, but your daughter isn't here yet. They told me that in 2017. I'm like, first of all, they was like, well, it takes sacrifice. I gave up margaritas for my kid, and I love me a good margarita. I gave up my margarita to Carrie. I said, oh hell nah. Y'all gonna tell me Happy Mother's Day. We gonna celebrate me. You hear me? Well, I gave up I didn't want wine. I only craved my pregnancy.
I didn't really crave no drinks.
Oh my gosh. I craved
food.
I craved alcohol. I don't know. I thought it was weird, but the doctor was like, no, some women crave beer, some women crave. It was just the frozen slushiness of a margarita that
My aunt ate cornstarch. Now, that's a weird combination. But my first Mother's Day, it was okay, John was born in June. And when Mother's Day came around, I had work that day, and I came home. And my mom was had a little cake and a card and balloons. And I was like, Mom, he ain't here yet. Well, him and her is a whole nother story. She was like, well, he asked me to celebrate. I said, he did. Said, I was asleep, and him and her was talking. She drank a lot of coffee. And I celebrated Mother's Day before he got here. And I think we should. Because number one, we're carrying. That baby is formed. That baby is forming. That baby is here.
It's an alien in our body, taking over everything.
They was not. They
are. They take over. Pregnancies take over everything. I couldn't eat. I'm not gonna get into my pregnancy woes.
With her, she talked about pregnancy woes. From the time I found out I was pregnant until the day I had her, I threw up every day, all day. I had to sleep with a bucket next to my bed.
Your body had to make room for greatness.
Believe it or not, she really believes all the things she said. When it comes to me and her, this is the baby. Can you not tell?
No.
Yeah, she's my baby.
So let's ask some questions. I'm just going to ask you some random rapid fire questions.
No, okay.
And you just have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who's your meanest child?
Tiffany.
Smartest child?
Jonathan.
Funniest child?
Justin.
Okay, anyway. Strangest child?
Lucas.
Okay, if any of your children could be president, who would it be?
Justin.
If any of your kids are going to jail, who would it be? Who would be the first one to go to jail?
Lucas.
Who's your favorite kid?
Tiona.
What? Stop this whole thing.
I don't have a favorite.
No, that's not what you said.
But because I knew you was going to do that. I do not have a favorite child.
Tiona.
I have 5 favorite children. 5.
Tiona.
I have 5 favorite children.
Girl, nah.
She always says her.
As much as I blessed your life, you are.
She has to realize if I had to actually pick one of my kids to.
We all know who your favorite is.
Who is?
It's Lucas.
It's Jonathan.
You do have a favorite.
No, I don't. I said if I could pick one, if I had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, I'd pick,
It was Jonathan, the first one.
Anywho, scariest moment of being a mother.
First time I went back to work when John was born, and they called and told me that he might have spinal meningitis.
Okay. Saddest moment in being a mother.
It's when I lost my mom. Why would you do that to me?
Okay. Don't cry.
I lost my mom. I was 9 months pregnant. It was my son was born 2 weeks to the day he was born 2 weeks to the day he was dead. So I went through it all. I actually planned her funeral, wrote the obituary, everything. And I think that was the saddest. Mother's Day, I celebrate because of my children. But I also talk to her every Mother's Day in the morning. And wish her happy Mother's Day. Tell her how much I love her. And I tell anybody out there, if your mom's gone, you got a hole that's never going to be filled. I don't care how many kids you have, how much you're loved. That's a hole. My mother was my best friend.
You better make me take my eyelashes off and get some more wine. Hold on, I need some more wine. Hold on, we're going to stop this real quick. You good? Okay. Whew. All right. Okay. We're back. Good. You just have to take a moment. You know what I'm saying? Just have to take a moment. When you talk about grandma and you automatically go to a sad place, but I feel like there are so many things that she taught you as a mother that you do to us, like that you used to do to us. I can't wait to do it. I actually do it now. Like waking us up, butt cracking at early dawn. I don't know if any of your mothers ever did this. This actually should be child abuse. If your mother does this to you, call 241 kids, 696 kids, look it up in your city. Or if she did, just go ahead and backdate it and then call them like, look, even though I'm 35, I'm going to call my mother. Like, look, my mom used to wake us up at like 7 o'clock in the morning on summer, play Anita Baker, the Rapture album, and having us wash walls.
They made them dirty.
I used to be like, for real?
Wash walls, clean floors.
Yes, and we couldn't go to sleep until the stuff was done. I used to be like, that's child abuse. Like, I couldn't think. I couldn't focus.
Can you imagine what mother abuse is like? No. Everybody talk about child abuse. There is mother abuse.
Girl, bye. Like, look, and I tell her now, like, the way you treat me determines what kind of nursing home or whether you come to live with me. Like where you staying, like, in your geriatric years. I be telling her, like, girl, every time I'm like, your stars going down, sis. Like, your stars are going down. You know what?
Be honest with you, I don't even worry about it. Little mini me here.
Ain't nobody worry about her.
Little mini me.
Anyways, like, I still think with grandma, although it's sad because she's gone, I still think that there are so many good things, you know, that she passed on to you. Because I didn't meet her. Grandma died 6 years? What year she died? 83?
Yeah.
5 years before I was born. But I still hear stories. Like, my grandma was so amazing that I would go around family and people, first of all, I've always been told I look like her. So it was times in my life where people used to cry, like, and stare at me at family barbecues. And like I used to dread going to family get-togethers because a lot of my grandma's sisters would look at me, or my uncle, Clarence, God rest his soul, used to cry all the time when he saw me. And I was like, man, like, is this a bad thing that I look like my grandma? Because he used to just cry, like, weep. And I used to be like from 3 to at least 9. I was like, whoa, Uncle Clarence. Like, this, like, every time I used to try to hide because I didn't realize it was kind of therapeutic, but sad at the same time that you get to see someone you hadn't seen, you know, 15, 20 years. But
he loved his sister.
Yeah, I used to be like my family used to do that, like, cry. And I used to be like, man, this is not cool. But to know that she had that kind of impact, and even know that now, and I tell Noelle, like, you've had that kind of impact on people, as I've wrote. If you haven't read my letter to my daughter on International Women's Day, go back on my blog, necessarilytiffany.com, and read it. It talks a lot about who you are as a person and who it kind of shaped us to be. And I'm forever grateful for that, you know, because, we grew up poor, like poor. What are you looking at? Oh, you this. There you go. We grew up poor, like subsidized housing poor, and I guess you being married to my dad is a whole nother story for a whole nother.
We ain't
day.
getting in there.
Whole nother day. But the fact that we made it, you know, and we went through the fire, but I don't think we smell like smoke. Like, all your kids made it out. Like, we made, like, the generational thing, it didn't attach to us.
Well, for one, what people don't realize is my mom, we moved around a lot when I was young. Like, one day, somebody called us a gypsy. And I asked her, why they call us a gypsy? And she goes, because if I moved to an area and it got so bad that I couldn't go to work and leave you there, it was time to move. Because I can't leave you anywhere that I can't trust that you'll be safe. So they call us gypsies. I never grew up in a project. My mom was a housekeeper, and she worked cleaning banks. She worked 2 jobs all my life that I could even remember. And she taught me work ethic. I used to go to work with her, and she taught me how to treat people. She taught me how to look at people. My kids used to get mad at me because no matter if somebody needed something, I might have mumbled and grumbled, but they got it. Or if somebody knocked on the door and needed to talk, I opened the door and let them in. Because I remember when your grandmother, she came home, she left to go to work and came home. And I'm like, why you back home? She said, well, I said, cause what, Mama? She said, well, a lady at the store needed milk. She didn't have enough money. And I just looked at her. I said, Mom, you didn't. She gave the lady her bus money. And she got paid that day. So my mom walked maybe an hour and a half walk to work. And I used to get so angry. That's why when Tiffany to my house, sometimes she gets angry at the things I did. I laugh because I've been there.
Yeah. I felt, I guess, growing up, like, you were the hood Claire Huxtable.
That was weird.
Like, really? And I used to be like, people used to knock on the door, like, is your mom here? Like, yeah, she's here with her children. How can she help you here with her children? You know? And I was young, too. Like, I really used to loathe particular people coming to our door and, like, always being there, always needing you. And I was just like, man. And now that I'm older, and now that I actually kind of do a similar line of work that you did, and this is volunteer too, y'all.
Mine wasn't a job.
Yeah, like mine wasn't either. Like, this is volunteer. Like, my work with the teens that I work with is volunteer. You know, and I'm just like, man, like, the impact that you make on young lives, that they see, you know, they see a woman striving to make it, and they, you know, and just having that voice, you know, of reason, saying, hey, you know, you're gonna be okay. You'll get through it. I went through it. You'll get through it. And I didn't realize how important that was until I actually got in that role. God has a funny way of doing things, because I complained about it so much in my, you know, childhood, teenage, early adult years. And then, boom, Tiffany, what have you been doing for the last 5 years? Oh, I work with the youth auxiliary in my sorority, all teenagers, you know? So it's just like, it's just been, you know, it's been rewarding, and I do understand. I do understand why it's needed. I do understand where the sacrifice comes. And sometimes I do wonder if Noelle is missing out on good parts of me because, you know what I mean? Because I'm gone a lot. Like, when we travel, even our meetings are 2 hours, you know, on top of other meetings I have. So I just wonder, like, is she missing out on me? No. And then I just want her to know that we are servants. Like, that's what our spirits are. Even all my siblings, we're servant people. We always help. That's just because we get it from you.
Sometimes, every last one of y'all is in a position that helps people. And it's just so weird that happens. But I look at Noelle, and we was at the store today, and she was like, hello. I mean, I tell anybody, that little hello, somebody could have been having a bad day. Mm-hmm. Some mother could have lost a child. It's so close to Mother's Day. Somebody could be just hurting. And that little hello and that face and that smile made their day. Mm-hmm. And that's how my mother always told me when I was growing up. She said, if you smile at one person and they smile back, out of a million, that one smile would brighten your whole day. And I used to think she was crazy. I thought that lady was totally nuts. But she knew me. And I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. They could stink. They could be... They used to laugh. Okay, all the stinky people on the buses always sit next to me and I talk to them. They thought... My kids still think I'll talk to an axe murderer.
We can't put her on a Greyhound because she tries to bring people home with her. From like her departure to her arrival location. Like she done made 6 friends. She like, all right, I see you, Susie. You tell your mama Vanessa to call me. Like, no, sis, this ain't that. This ain't that. Stop giving people your contact information.
But you know what though? I've done that twice. That it paid off. That 2 young women that really needed somebody to talk to, and we're still friends to this day. So sometimes, I don't know. God puts you... everybody said, what is your gift? Mine's the gift of gab. The gift of love. And the gift of friendship. If I can do a little bit of everything. I'm a jillaroo like her. But she does a lot of...
I'm not. I don't like people. I'm shy. It's not that I don't like people. Or let me check myself. I'm shy.
Well, I guess she ain't my daughter. And I think that's what my gifts are. And I try to, even my kids, they get today, I got some grumpy ones, some extroverts, some introverts.
I'm definitely introvert.
I think all of y'all are.
No. What?
No, me and Tiona.
And Lucas.
Just the 3 of us. The rest of y'all are.
No, I think Justin talks to people.
He can stay there. He's happy to be by himself.
Yeah, I'm happy being by myself too.
It's nothing wrong with being by yourself. My mom taught me that because, let me tell you a good example. My mom loved to read. This woman, you know how I learned how to read? By reading the newspaper to her every morning, whether I wanted to or not. From Monday to Monday to Monday. But she taught me a lot of things because you learn about the world. And I loved all 5 of my kids love to read. And I got a couple of grandkids. I'm not gonna leave it there, but all my kids love to read because they see me read. And
Hold on. Stop. I have to tell a sidebar story. Let me tell you about my mom reading. I have 2 good stories. And my siblings, for those who watch this, let me tell you. And if my siblings are watching, please comment down below, vouch for it. Yo, my mom would sit in the tub. My mom would smoke cigarettes, right? And her vanilla bath, whatever that stuff is. And she used to read with the water scalding hot for hours. So when her water got cold, she would drain the water, fill it back up with hot water and bubbles with her cigarette, with her Newport 100 smell, and read. And then she'd be like, all right, y'all, take a shower. And we'd be taking a shower, ice cold water. Second story, my mom used to make us sit down and read while she read. First of all, she would tune us the whole hell out. The whole hell out. She would be in her room. She would be in the living room, just tune us. She didn't care. She would tune us out. And then she'd be like, all right, time to read. So there was a point in my childhood when it was time to read, we all grabbed a book and we all just went wherever we was going. So I don't know if my older siblings had to do it, but I know I had to do it. Like, so I learned how to tune my husband and my child out because that's what I learned from my childhood. Like, Marcus gets so irritated by that. I can get in a book. I mean to have your boobs all exposed. But listen, like, I will get in a book and totally tune Marcus and Noel out. Like, I will sit in my car. Like, when Marcus got me 2 Christmases ago, how old is Noel? No, last Christmas, he got me the Issa Rae book. I tuned, and then he got me the Charlemagne book. He got me both of those actually for Christmas. He was like, Tiffany, hello, it's time to eat dinner. Like, I would go sit in my car and read. Like, I have to, like, and when I read, it takes me to a whole nother world. So I love that.
But see, that's what my mom taught me. I grew up, she worked 2 jobs. She would come home, and she might be home like 2 hours, then have to go back at night, and she would clean till about maybe 10 or 11 o'clock. And in the time, she would sit and she would eat dinner and we would talk about the books she would be reading. She'd be like, well, let me tell you about the book I read. And she piqued my interest because I love pirate books. I love
Them romance novels, them Harlequins. My mom used to kill them little Harlequins. I'm like, what?
But I also love, like I said,
you like Fabio.
No, but I like other things.
Tail. I see you.
I like other things. I like mysteries. Give me a good mystery. But be honest with you, I like a book with everything in it. Because you can get, and I see myself. Sometimes she laughs, but I will be in a book and I actually be sitting there with the cup, be like, girl, I know who did it. I can see myself doing this. Weird. But guess what? Mm-hmm. All of y'all love to read. And I think that's one of the things your grandma gave you. You love to read. She gave it to me. My mother never laughed. Hardly ever. She chuckled. She had that chuckle. She'd be like, I used to thought, why don't you laugh? She said, because you ain't being funny. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because you're not funny.
Yeah, I am. I can make her laugh.
Do girls like people person?
Yes.
See, my grandma knew what it was. She got her daily dose of the vitamin P. P's and PEA, people person, vitamin P. Her
love, John's love, Jay's love,
all of us,
Lucas' love, Tiana love. People would look at me and go, "Why is your kid singing a comedy?" With Lucas, not the who is it? Come on now,
Temptations.
Yeah. I think Lucas knows every last Temptation song, and it just even now when I hear my kids playing, I chuckle because I grew up. My mother couldn't sing. My mother couldn't carry a note, and she would tell you, God blessed her, but she could not carry a note. So it would be so funny because she hummed everything. So I always learned the words so I could sing while she hummed to make sure we stayed on the same tempo, the same beat.
Girl, you don't be knowing words of songs.
Yeah, you forget after a while.
Oh, yeah, you are old.
Yeah, because now I know the words to wobble.
It's wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
Hey, big girl, won't you bag it up?
Ew. You over here acting too fast. I'm gonna have to. Your factory is shut down, sis. Like, don't be over here acting fast, cause I will shut this whole thing down. You hear me?
Y'all wanna know what motherhood was like? This one, at the age of what, 8 or 9. I wouldn't even think about having no kids. But somebody said, what would you do if you have another kid? You know what she did? She looked up, she said, I'll kill it. Everybody looked at me.
Okay, I did not say we grew up poor. If we grew up poor, what the hell you gonna do have another baby? Like, in my mind, I was just thinking.
Did you eat every day?
Yeah, I mean,
did you have a place to live?
But barely.
No, you ate every day. Did you have a place to live?
I mean, Dad's pork and beans and hot dogs on Wednesdays.
But you know
like
what?
Barely.
I can't believe, guys. When she said that, I was like, God, don't smart.
I was just thinking fiscally. I was thinking smart, and I was like, if my mom decided to have another kid, it was going to be her or the baby that goes. Like we had to subtract one to add another, or just keep it the same.
We just got rid of her.
Girl, I'm the best thing that happened to you.
But the blessing is, my mother was not supposed to have any children. And my grandmother died when she was 44. My mother died at 44. At 44, that whole year,
you're a mess.
I was a mess.
And you had your hysterectomy that year.
Yes, I was a mess. Mm-hmm. I was a mess. We had 2 people had a partial, thank you.
Okay. Man, no, let me tell you, first of all, like, she was like, I just want to talk to y'all if I don't come out. I'm like, who the hell you gonna leave me with? Like, all these Negroes is crazy, right? So, and then they put her on morphine. So I come out of middle school. And
I'd rather be in pain.
And she was like, I go in the hospital, see my mom. I walk in, she was like, I was like, hey mom, should I say hi to your grandmother? Like, I told y'all, rewind it back. My grandmother died 5 years before I was born. She was like, say hi to your grandmother. I wonder if Tiana remembers that. We were like, what the hell? She was like, say hi to your grandmother.
She was checking on me. She done that. She laughs. But I don't. If any of y'all believe in love, my mother always checked on me. I don't care, laugh because I'm gonna check on you.
But imagine seeing your mother. Wait, no. Because we didn't know. No, you stay in glory, baby. I don't.
I'm just gonna check on you.
No, you're good. You're good. Please, because I'll call it Ghostbusters. Like, you stay in glory. Once you go, you stay in glory. But listen, like, imagine walking in as, adolescent. And she was like, I was like, hey, Mom, how are you? She was like, say hi to your grandmother. We looked in at Lakey's Hospital. We looked over, there was nothing there. I was like,
it was the drugs.
I was like, man,
I do not like morphine. If something happens to me, I keep telling them, don't let them put me on morphine.
Good stuff.
Don't put me on morphine. That stuff is terrible.
I was like, man. I was gonna say something real petty, but I love my father. But I'm not gonna
don't you dare.
I know.
But what, back to my point was, see, my mother went to the doctor. Back then, we're young girls. Let me tell y'all know how lucky y'all are. Because when I was born, I didn't find this out till years after I started getting older. But a girl could not go into a hospital and sign herself in and have a baby. You had to have a man, your father or your baby's daddy, sign you into the hospital. I'm not saying nothing negative about my father. I'm not going to say nothing.
No, this is your truth. This is your truth.
My dad was drinking all the time. So the day I was born, they had to hose him off to come and see me. And my granddad I can't say he didn't care. That was just a weird man. He was weird. I just never figured this man out. But nobody signed the papers until my mom wasn't feeling good. My granddaddy had no choice. She went to the doctor June 1st. She was 6 months pregnant. I was born June 7th. The day when I was born, they looked at my mom and she said, and she had tears in her eyes. She said they told her, well, spend time with her because she's probably won't make it. And my mom said that when they brought me to her in a little thingy, taking me out to the incubator, that she looked at me and I turned around. She said, I looked dead at her. And when she was able to come and see me, and the nurse was like, you coming to say your goodbye? Mother said, I ain't coming to say no goodbye because my mother ain't going no damn where. She said, you ain't God, neither is these doctors. She said, nope, my baby's going to be living. And I'm 6 years old today. So, you don't know how lucky from 60 years ago to now, how things have changed. She didn't have the resources that women have today. I personally worked for family planning. And my job was to go into homes and talk to these young women, make sure they had medical care, make sure they had a way to get to the doctor. And my mom didn't have all that stuff. So when we sit down and we as women be like, da, 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 think about from where we were. Because our great-great-grandparents just squatted and out you went. And those women half the time didn't even live to be in their 30s. Okay, so we have came a long way as women, and we should celebrate our motherhood. But when we have a child, rejoice. I mean, get up and just have a party.
I don't know about after having a kid, because that big old pad thing, I was like, that hindered my life. That big old pad thing, that big old pad thing.
I think it was the worst thing.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm sorry, but this was my first child, and you know how they put the pad and the doctor leaned down and sniffed that pad, and I almost threw up. I was like, they said, he said, oh, it smells fine. I thought that was the most gross thing that could ever happen. I was so embarrassed.
What I mean to tell you, Margaret, after I had Noel, man, first of all, my husband has no couth. He's so just holy ratchet, bless his life. Like, so, you know how when they say, I am being nice, like he'll tell you the story, like when they say, push. So I'm pushing and I'm like, man, I hope I don't poop. Because that's almost every woman's like nightmare.
But no, you do.
But listen, so when I'm pushing and I'm pushing, and like they had to get Noah out of me at that point in time because they put so much Pitocin in my body. And I'm just like, man, what's that smell? They're like, oh, nothing. And they're wiping down there. My husband gets close to my face. He's like, babe, you doo-dooed. And it stinks. Like, you doo-dooed a lot. Like, he was describing my doo-doo, and the doctor was, like, trying to tell him to shut up. Like, she was like, he was like, you doo-doo. I just want to be honest. Because they didn't put the mirror down there yet. Because, you know, first, when you push, you poop a little bit. And like he was like,
the
babe.
pressure.
He was like, babe. He was like all in my face, like, you doo-dooed. You doo-doo, babe. I'm like, if you don't shut the hell up.
Well, hey, I know. They had already. See, the thing of it is, my mom was a comedian. She already prepared me for everything. I can't cuss on your program. I can't say what she said, but yeah, she said you're gonna on yourself. I'm like, what? So it's gonna be so much pressure. It's gonna come out. Just relax and just let it out. Automatically, I stiffened up because it's like when I felt. She was like, and my mother, her grandmother, that she looks like, and I look like, and her brother looked like, and some of her grandkids look like, she told dirty jokes all through my labor. But you know what was funny?
If you ever heard a dirty joke, I would throw it.
It wasn't that kind. It wasn't that nasty, filthy, but just something just to make you crack up. A stupid dirty joke. My mother was not a comedian. And my nurse was pregnant. And I thought she was going to labor. We had everybody in there dying. But you know what? I wasn't scared anymore. She had me laughing. Then she was like, girl, close your legs. People ain't walking around. I'm like, close my leg. You know, you got your legs over you. She said, girl, close your legs. People can see your vagina. I'm like, without thinking, I'm like, no. Then she go down there. She was like, ooh, that thing is terrible down there. You know, just anything to make me laugh. I be like, Mom, what did it look like? She go,
what did it look like?
But I'm saying first when a baby.
Oh.
When she was like, because when they said John's head was coming, I said, Mom, you go down there. Grandmother for the first time. I said, I just want to know if he got hair. I never found out he had hair till after I seen him. Because she was too busy jumping around the mouth. She likes baseball. He's out. He's out. Even the doctor was chuckling. And the nurses there she was jumping. He's out. I'm like, this is me. Does he have hair?
I don't know what I was worried about. But I can tell you my biggest regret with having Noelle is not having you in the room. Like, I think in my contraction, I was like screaming. Marcus was like, I don't even remember because I was like so dazed and out of it.
It's like, how was I going to get that walk?
Because I didn't have a, what's those things called they put in your back? What's that thing called they put in your back when you get a baby and you're numb?
Epidural?
Yeah, so I had that. So I like about 6 centimeters dilated. Like, I'm like 10 hours in labor. I'm like, I want my mom. He was like, I was like, go get her. He's like, well, I'm not going to leave. I was like, go get my mom.
Because it's going to take him about half an hour to come and get me no more.
I think that was probably my biggest regret, not having you in the room, because I just felt like, and especially with me being your first girl to have a kid, I felt like that was my biggest regret, but I didn't want to steal it from Marcus either. You know what I'm saying? Like that moment. So that's something we decided. But like for me, and realizing that it's my birth, because I'm pushing the baby out. So next baby, you're going to be like all up in there because I want Noelle there too. But realizing like, even when I'm sick, like even when I got my gallbladder out, like I was like, I want my mom.
As soon as she gets sick, I want my mom.
Yeah, like I'll
Marcus
tell Marcus.
calling me, he'd be like, yo, but and Marcus always blame her on me.
Girl, first of all, you talking taking over my channel. This is necessarily Tiffany, not necessarily Lois.
It's necessarily Tiffany lookalike today.
No, it's not. We ain't even we are mentioned. Anywho. But no, like really, like for real.
Do you love me?
I do. Like you're
sometimes.
Like you're my MySpace top 20. You even know what MySpace is?
No.
Okay. Forget. Like I'm MySpace top 20, top 10 kind of old, and you just don't.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, on Facebook, I know.
But because they be going, I'll be like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, but no, I do love you, and I really think that I've learned a lot from you. I admire you, and realizing now, like, even in my teenage years, kind of being critical about a lot of the decisions you had to make as a teenager. And then being a grown woman now, being like, you know, dang, I don't think I would have been able to make a lot of those decisions, having 5 kids, living the way we were living. I think I probably would have turned my kids in I probably would have, because it's like just the drive that you had to keep going. Like I would have been exhausted. I'd have been tired. Like
I was tired. I was exhausted. They don't realize how many times I laid in that bed and cried at night. Oh my God, I used to lay in that bed and say to myself, oh, I can't do this. But they never saw it. I used to put my face in my pillow and be like, ah.
Yeah, I just...
Ooh, no.
and being a mom now, and even Justin, because I used to laugh at Justin and Jamie for having all them kids. That's their term, by the way. We got all these kids. And I used to like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, that sucks having kids. So I had a kid. And Justin was like, one day I was talking to Justin on the phone. He was like, I would laugh at you. Like, you laughed at us, but like, I know what you're feeling. I was like, man, like, thank you. Like, that means a lot. Because having a kid is a lot. Like, Mother's Day, I get having a birthday. But celebrating Mother's Day is really kind of celebrating the sacrifices that mothers make. And even, being a wife, a mother, my husband is the breadwinner. He makes a lot more money than I do. But, just even the sacrifices I have to make on a daily basis to have my family run, to take care of my daughter. Like, Mother's Day is important to celebrate, any mother. Like, even if you're watching this, or if you're on the outs with your mom, or if if your mom is passed, or even if you may not have custody of your kids, or if you've lost a child, like, please celebrate. Yeah. Because at some point in time, like, as a woman, when you have a child, or, you're a daughter of a child, or a son of a mother, daughter of a child. If you're a daughter of a mother, or just a child of a mother, like, some kind of sacrifice has taken place, so it's important to celebrate. And we just can't sit here and act like we get along all the time.
No, God, no. Mm-mm. We fight.
We don't fight. We argue. We bicker.
Okay. We bicker. We'll go.
Because, I don't be like out here disrespecting you.
No, but we'll go 3-4 days without talking. Mm-hmm. Hey, then
you'll call me first.
No, I don't.
Mom.
She calls me first too.
Mom,
you have called me first.
To talk to Noelle. That's it. Because she's mama, grandmother. Otherwise, I'm cool. But still realizing I love you, and my world would end if you left. Like, my world would end. Like,
no,
for
it
real.
wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
But mine didn't end. I lost my mom.
I already told Marcus, I was like, be prepared, because once they try to close the casket, I'm gonna try to get in. So once I try, some of them would be like, just like, all right.
But Lucas gonna run.
Lucas don't do that.
Lucas don't do that.
Lucas probably pay with your nose and stuff when you get. Lucas is strange.
You talking about?
But listen, no, I think Jessica will probably be the most level-headed one.
John gonna lose it.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of us will. Let's not talk about you dying. Anyways, but I know personally, I'm gonna try to get in the casket. I already told I said, Marcus, handcuff me, because if I go, then Noelle gonna go. Noelle gonna go, and I'm going. So, but it's true. So it's really, I'm so grateful.
Coffin bus.
Because I know there's so many women that I know and I love, that I'm close to, that have lost their mom or don't have a relationship with their mom, and I'm grateful for the relationship that we have. We bicker, we banter, we annoy each other, that's what that is. Most of the time I'm right. But I'm truly, truly, truly grateful for who you are. The sacrifices you made for us to be here, particularly for me to be here. And I love you. Happy Mother's Day. For real. I can't celebrate me being a mother without celebrating where I come from. Because even after those 10 days, Marcus even talks about how those 10 days after bringing Noelle home, we didn't know what we were doing. And if it wasn't for you being here, telling us every little mistake we're making, it's okay. She's gonna live. She's gonna live if she's crying for 10 minutes. We don't know what we don't know what we would do without you. Giving us the breaks, letting us take a vacation. Just to be together for marriage maintenance.
I don't know if Noelle gonna know you. You live all the way out there, Noelle ain't gonna know you. Every day, she wake up, what she do?
She calls you.
Every night for school bed, what she do?
She calls you. But still, I mean, it's just a fear, you know, of not having. I have to. Actually,
a grandmother.
I don't want to say that per se, but yes, it's the fear of just that generational gaps missing, you know. But having you here, having you enrich my life, our lives, like we're really thankful for you.
Marcus liked me too. Mm-hmm. No, Marcus said he loves me.
Anywho, so it's late. Oh my gosh, it's 11 o'clock.
I should have been in bed. I was actually falling asleep.
I know. See, that's what happens when we put Noelle down and have couch time and adult conversations. But I'm so glad that you stopped by.
I stopped by
the couch. you stopped by the couch that you already here for.
I said weekend, so
yeah,
I stopped by.
Like but I'm glad that you came to talk. Kind of bare your soul, talk about your mom.
Yeah. Tomorrow is gonna be my Mother's Day. Is sweet and sour. Tiffany and Marcus and Noelle bought me a beautiful outfit to wear tomorrow. I know my other kids are going to celebrate me. Don't get me wrong, but you have to understand this. My kids celebrate me for their mom. But my Mother's Day is empty. I can't celebrate. I can't take flowers. I can't send a card. So Mother's Day is bittersweet. I'm enjoying my kids. I'm enjoying my grandkids. But it's still that when I go to sleep tomorrow night, as I do every Mother's Day, I'm going to cry myself to sleep. But it's only because how much I love her and I miss her.
So for you guys who are feeling the same thing, we're definitely praying for you. If you haven't talked to your mom, if you're on the outs with your mom, we're praying for you.
Fix it.
But for every single person, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
If you are mourning on Mother's Day, whatever the case may be, whether it's the loss of a child, loss of a mother, we're praying for you. And for you mothers who have children but didn't birth children, you guys are important too. You guys are very important. Surrogate mothers are so important. I have my biological mother, but I have so many other women who have taken me under their wings and in their families to love me as well. Especially when I was in college, my mom was at home or she was in Virginia, like the women like Mama Brown who loved me, Mama Ty who have loved me. I love you guys. All of you, you're all important. Whether you gave birth vaginally, C-section, you're all important. You're all mothers. Mothers do amazing work in this world. Women do amazing work in this world. Happy Mother's Day. We love you.
And happy Mother's Day to all the young women out there that have let me be a part of their lives. Happy Mother's Day and I love you.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Mookie.
I love you.
She don't let me kiss her often.
She can't mess up my foundation. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, Sarah Lee Tiffany. My mom, Lois, hit her up. Lois Martin 50 on Instagram. She don't check in, but you can follow her if you want to. She don't post nothing either. She just uses to just comment on all our stuff.
I keep forgetting the password.
Anywho, we love you guys. We'll see you. Night.